what do you know? Here are the returning champions, the Salgueiro School.
And Salgueiro comes to defend the title. They could be champion again. The president is Regina Duran, the carnival master, Renato Lage, the carnival director, Anderson Abreu, and the harmony director, Jô Calçalarga. The lead singer is Quinho, and the theme is Stories Without End. It arrives with 36 wins, 7 floats, and 4,100 components in the colors of red and white.
Yeah, this theme of the story without end highlights the book as an instrument for thought, for ideas, kind of as an extension for man's imagination. We're seeing Salgueiro in full force here tonight. They're painting the Sambodromo in various colors.
And the Sambodromo will transform itself and serve as a blank page where fairy stories we all know will take place.
We're looking at the first couple, the Master of Ceremonies and the Flag Bearer. The couple are from the lead committee, and they show us the monk scribes. Let's take a look at the lyrics from the Salgueiro School's samba song, Story Without End.
And now we see another couple. He's Ronaldinho, but actually his name is Reinaldo. He's 43 years old, and he's been in the school for 8 years. And his partner, Gleice Simpatia, who has always wanted to be a samba dancer. Now look at her costume. It weighs 40 kilos. And now we can see the wing opening float.
Yeah, and take a look at this car. This car is interesting because it represents the first printing press in the workshop of the German inventor Johann Gutenberg, who lived around the middle of the 15th century. He was the first to use the movable type printing press, and his first book, the Gutenberg Bible, which was 42 pages long, was finished in 1456. Well, there are a total of 53 circus artists, and each represent a letter on the page.
This movement, take a look. We see that in slow motion, and that's the famous movement Russian swing. And Miguel Cervantes, author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, considered one of the major literary works of all times. And now we see the second float. That's the library, home of the book.
Yeah, but you know, the library is more than a place to keep books. It's a temple of infinite stories, thousands of characters and adventures, infinitely interesting. Here's the second set of a Master of Ceremonies and a Flag Bearer. They're characters in a book, Dangerous Friendships, and we can see the luxury and pomp that's present in their French costumes.
time, the older members arrive. They are representing Marília de Dirceu, the bucolic landscapes in Minas Gerais, scene of this Tomás Antônio Gonzaga poem. And now we have the Baiana Wing in one of the most important moments of Carnival. They come here rendering homage to the Brazilian writer Jorge Amado.
With these traditional costumes, we see the strengths of the Mãe de Santo, priestesses, spiritual guides that we see throughout the works of Jorge Amado. And here we see the third float, Mestiço Brazil. And you know, Brazil is really the only country a scene like this could take place in because of its so many intermingling races. Here the Indian and the European meet, as in the literary work of O Guarani by José de Alencar. In this tropical scenario, the readers, or rather the revelers, learn of the romance of the kind Indian Peri and the young Portuguese woman Cici.
Look at her. The costume of the queen of the percussion section is Sherazade, the Sultan's wife, who spent 1,001 nights telling stories so as not to die. This is Emília, a character from the Sítio do Pica-Pau Amarelo, a classic in Brazilian children's literature. This image was sculpted in a styrofoam, and she's 9 meters high.
And it's so cool, this universe of children's stories. We see it in the imagery, we also see it in books. This float specifically brings us characters and scenarios enjoyed by so many Brazilians. It also pays homage to the great author Monteiro Lobato, a genius in children's literature. What you're seeing right now is a float titled Story Without End.
And here we see the float that brings Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in the chess game. This float was a big hit in the Cidade do Samba, where all the floats stay before the parade. There are 60 people inside the float. They are controlling the motion of the robot's arms.
Well, we've just seen the Baianas representing the Fata Morgana of the school, which are kind of like fairies of the school. And now we see the Mists of Avalon parade.
And here we have the last float, closing the school's parade. The Illumination of Krishna.
Take a look at that float. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's the school's last one, and here man dives into the teachings of Oriental culture, especially Hindu traditions. so ends the parade of the Red and White School, Salgueiro.
A gente vai se ver na Globo.